to your HSBN Media Day press conference. Coach, if you would just start by introducing yourself and also the gentleman you have up there with you today.
Yes, Alejandro Machado, Grant, Hilton, Calder, Hayden Carson, Scott Shields, Harrison.
You got them all right.
Yeah.
So
I got scared a
you still
little
got to
bit.
learn, yeah? Let's start off with that. Just share a little bit about your baseball background, and I know you just took over coaching the team.
I helped one of the assistant coach in St. Andrews. Thank you for the opportunity. My background, I was lucky enough to play in the big leagues. I played professional, 12 years professional. I started in that age. My professional career started when I was 16. We're a little different in my country. I'm from Venezuela, and we signed a contract early in our career. That's why I'm here, and try to give all my advice, because I know this is a tough age. This is an age that is a lot of stuff going on, and that's why I focus myself to teach these guys to go and do it the right way.
From a player point of view, share a little bit what it's been like with the new coach staff, and some of the right way that you're learning.
Obviously they're really good coaches. We're learning a lot of new things that we haven't learned in the past, and we're just progressing over our fall season, getting into spring, and we really are getting better than we were previous years.
I know this guy from several years at Power Showcase, and I know he's going to bring a lot of fun to the environment as well. I see it exactly. Yeah. Talk about you need that element of what you do. Baseball is fun.
Right.
How valuable it is to have coaches that understand that aspect and how vital it is.
It's great because they really can connect with us better, and it's better like a family relationship and something like that, and we can all really trust each other, and we're there for each other no matter what.
These new uniforms too?
These actually came 2 years ago. We wore them for probably most of our away games that year, and then the year after we didn't wear them as much, and I think we're kind of bringing them back this year.
I'm glad you did. They look sharp.
Yeah, we like them.
You got to look the part, before you play the part.
Of course.
I mean, building a program. Talk about that. Sometimes that's one of those little aspects that gets overlooked in building things.
Yes, of course. I feel like this program that's why I like to help this program, because it's a young program. We have we got a good mix. We got a good mix of seniors and the younger ones coming to the program. That's just a development. We know that we young this year. We're gonna play against a really tough competition. They're older than us, but like I tell those guys, it's no excuse. That's not gonna be an excuse for us. We just gotta go and every day and work and practice. We gotta practice hard and go and do our 100% in the field. I feel that we know coming to the season that our young group, when they keep growing together, that's we're gonna be the big difference, but they need to start young.
What are some of the changes that you're seeing in the way that you practice and the preparation for the season?
Well, it's my first year here, so
okay.
But I see the teams really coming together as friends. People, there's no enemies or anyone trying to one up everybody else, and trying to get everybody to be better than they were before.
Yeah, I suppose a better question for you then would be, what has it been like for you to be one of the new guys, and how quickly have you become comfortable with your new teammates?
It became really quick to be friends with everybody else, and no one seems to be we all seem family together.
Maybe you're a good one to ask as far as practice and some of the changes you're seeing this year.
Well, as a senior, I've been on this team for 5 years now, so I've seen my fair share of coaches come through here, just basically new ones every year. But I think that this year we really found the mix between working really hard and having fun. We kind of found the balance in the middle, and I think it's going to turn out really well.
Being a young team coach, tell us a little bit about the difficulties of grooming a young team and what challenges you've had in getting them ready for this season.
Yes, of course. As a coach, when you have a young team, they're going to make mistakes. And that's our part as a coaches. That's what we're there for. Sometimes they're gonna make the wrong decision. We talk about the field. Sometimes they're gonna make the wrong decision in the field, and now that's our part as a coach. That's what I like to do. teach them, like, especially the mental part of the game, because everybody knows that this game is a game of failure, and sometimes when they're young they don't know how to deal with it, and that's what we're there. Hey, be patient. This is a game that you gotta come together. You have to just keep working hard. Sometimes everything's gotta be fine. Sometimes you gotta be in struggles.
And what kind of team are you trying to mold right now? Like, what
I
is
try to
the goal?
mold a team like they trust each other. You know, that we just my big belief, and even when I play, is go work hard. You have to overwork everybody. That's for me. That's the key. That's why I get so far. Sometimes in my career, they say, no, you're too short. You are too skinny. All that kind of stuff, and that is just help you. It's like give you like fuel to you. You have to keep working and keep proving people is wrong.
And then in this short time, what have you seen are the strengths and maybe even some of the weaknesses of the team?
Yes, I think like talking about, I wasn't here last couple of years, but talking about with the seniors, they say I think the pitching is gonna be it's gonna be more pitching this year. I think we got good arms. That I think we got really good defense. Hitting wise, I think we're gonna be fine. I think my impress from coaching from the fall. I really impressed the way these have been getting better and better and knowing the game. I think that as a young team, I think that's going to be play fundamental.
And what are some of the challenges you're facing, again, being a young team? What are some of the challenges and the areas that you think might even need some improvement?
Yeah, I think one like we just talked is the schedule is going to be a tough scheduling, and get through these guys and make sure they're prepared day by day, you know, because sometimes when they're young, they're not used to play so many games in a week. Sometimes as they play travel, they play maybe 1 or 2 games every Sunday. Now they're going to be playing 3 or 4 games during the week, 2 back to back. I think that's the part that is going to be the challenge in this year. Make these guys learn how to take care of their body, and take care of the school at the same time, and put it together.
You seem like a very tight-knit group. You have a lot of people here, as you know.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I like. You know,
a lot more than we're accustomed to seeing. So you're obviously a very tight-knit group. What kind of exercise have you guys done in the fall to kind of build that camaraderie?
Yes, we have been working really hard in hitting BP. We try to, in the defense, you just do the extra work, grounders, I love grounders, double plays, throwing for the outfield, different, we just, that's my mentality. You have to just keep working, and you gotta be fine, and play 100%. That's all I can ask about these guys. If they play 100% for me, they gotta be fine.
And Coach, usually I ask the players, but I think maybe the fall season might have been a little more valuable for you to kind of get to know the guys you have and the personnel and see what you'll be working with going into the season. Is that the case?
Yes, of course. The fall season was. I didn't have everybody. I got I have like most of the guys that are in the team right now. I have in the fall, and that was a big advantage. I feel like knowing this player, knowing what they can do, how I can get the best from each one, because I feel like on my part, talking about the coaching part, I feel it's not, everybody's different. Everybody have a different mentality. They're coming from different families, and as a coach, I try to know each other. What is I need to scream on them, or I need to be back it up a little bit. That kind of, and that is advantage what I did in the fall. I think
you kind of find yourself where you need to be by the end of that process.
I feel like it's a learning process. I always say, like, every day you learn something new. Every day you learn. It's especially in baseball, it's always learning. That's the way I see it.
For the players, maybe one or two of you guys can talk about what it's been like having the coach come in and implement his system for you guys.
All right, well, I'll go. So as I said, I've seen my fair share of coaches coming through here. Basically,
it's almost been a new coach every year, I think.
Pretty much, it's been a new one every year, yeah. But this year, I met Alejandro probably 2 weeks ago, and we basically clicked as soon as we met. I knew we were going to be great friends, and I knew this season was going to be a good one, because the coaches in the last couple of years, like, either you'll have a coach that's really nice and he won't be hard on you at all, and then the next year you'll have the hardest coach you've ever had. He'll make you run if you're 30 seconds late or something like that. But this year I think we kind of found like the happy medium with our coaches. We got 3 great coaches. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun this year.
And who are the other 2 coaches?
Coach Reverend Taylor, and we have Coach Keith Mitchell.
Anybody else want to add anything, what it's been like having the new coach group?
I think the new coaches are great. We've been practicing like really hard, and they're just improving our mechanics every day. And I think in a couple years, we're gonna be one of the best teams in our district, if not this year. So if we keep these coaches, I think we got it.
Well, what is all of your goals for this season? I mean, you talk about the long view, which is great, and whenever you're building a program like that, especially as a new coach, you want to have a good long view, but we also, you know, we live in a society where we want to win today, of course, so
Of course.
what is it that you guys see for this season? How do you guys all, for the players and for coaching?
Yeah, as the coach point, you know, you always wanna go there and win every game. That's if you don't think that way, you in the wrong place. I think that you have to go after, like, I don't care who we're facing. We go and the mentality go from the first out to the last one, go and play 100% and win the game. You know, go again ahead and try to beat the other team in all aspects of the game, defense, offense, pitching, all that. That's our, for me, that's the goal. And I go, if we lose, it's just a learning. We don't, you know, it's in this life. I feel like you cannot call like it's the way you react after that lost game, after a tough win, after a nice win, a tough loss. I think that I just building character as a group, I think.
And today at the HSFBN Media Days, tell me a little bit about either the players or the coach, what you guys did today, what were some of the highlights, and why you like participating.
Man, I think this is the first year St. Andrews.
First
did.
year,
That's the
yeah.
first
Yeah.
out first.
I feel like it's a great experience for them. You know, for them is the most. I feel like this is a great event. The most they do it, the better they're gonna get. Some guys I see as a coach, I see like a couple of guys that were nervous because they haven't done it before. For me, that's a great setup. That's a great. I always believe in spring. You know, the more you do it, the better you get. Some guys did great. Some guys did not. But we don't say it didn't do good. But it's just part of the mental part. They were a little nervous. They didn't do what they supposed to be doing. It's just because it's the first time. I feel like it's the first time. I think like the next year is gonna be better, and the next one.
And for the players, how was your experience today? Share something that you.
I feel like I could have had my 60 time a little better, but
Yeah.
not too bad.
A
I'll
lot
take it.
better.
But anyway, I had a lot of fun. Definitely taking IO was a great part, even though I couldn't throw much. But yeah, all in all, today was a good day for me. I had a good time.
I mean, it was just good to see what I can do compared to everyone else and just show our skills and what we can do, how to win, what we can do to compete with these other teams in our district.
Last thing for me, maybe here was you got a coach now coming aboard that's got an experience playing, you know, even professionally. You know, talk about having someone that has played the game at that level and how valuable those experiences can be shared to help you guys along.
Yeah, well, he's really helped me in the infield this year, because like there was some things that weren't so clean before, and it's starting to clean up, and my hitting's been getting better.
And also, like, when you have coaches who have been to like top tier games like the World Series, stuff like that, it kind of makes you like imagine when they're talking to you about their experiences and like during practice, kind of makes you imagine like what they had to go through, and you kind
You
of
can almost taste it, yeah.
yeah, and you kind of think that like maybe I should try some of that today. Maybe I could see if I could do some of the stuff he did, and we'll see one day maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, it's motivation, inspiration. I agree. This guy makes me want to suit
Right?
Take me around them. Guys, that's everything that we have for you. We're very happy to have St. Andrew Scots here with us finally, and we wish you all the best of luck this year and the seasons going forward. Thanks again for coming out with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's a great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramon. Good job, boys.